Hey guys, my name is Chaotic, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing some news which I'm confident the entire gaming community will be happy to hear about, as well as some information about the Lizard Squad and basically what remains of the so-called hacker group. So let's jump straight into this video. So first of all, as I'm sure you guys know, the so-called hacker group Lizard Squad are the group responsible for taking down the Xbox and PlayStation servers temporarily on Christmas Day and the days that followed. They hosted these huge DDoS attacks that took down the servers temporarily, but the attacks themselves started in the late hours of Christmas Eve and then ended in the late hours of Christmas Day, roughly 24 hours afterwards, but there were many knock-on effects after this. Now, the Xbox Live servers were back up online in less than an hour after the attacks officially stopped, but unfortunately the PlayStation servers were not so lucky, and due to the amount of stress which they had faced during the DDoS attacks, it took a lot longer for these to come back up online, and there were many players worldwide still reporting up to 5 days after the attacks officially stopped they could still not connect to the online servers. Now, over the past few weeks there have been major talks and discussions within governments and news companies worldwide, and they're all talking about these cyber attacks and these huge online security issues which have been taking place recently. The Xbox and the PlayStation server takedowns were just simply one very small cyber attack that took place very recently. Another attack, of course, which is hot in the news at the moment is the cyber attack on the US military, with the so-called terrorist group ISIS hacking the Twitter account and the YouTube channel of the US military. Now, following the attacks against the Xbox and the PlayStation servers on Christmas Day, the FBI launched an investigation into the attacks, trying to find out how it was caused and who was responsible, and following the launch of this investigation, shortly afterwards, roughly 2 weeks ago now, 2 members of the Lizard Squad were arrested, one guy from the Netherlands and another from the UK. Now, these 2 members of the Lizard Squad have in fact been released on bail, but they will be expected to return to court in several months' time, where they will then be questioned and it will then be determined whether they are responsible and what punishment they will serve, whether it be a huge fine or some form of jail time. Now, just before these 2 members of the Lizard Squad were arrested, one in fact featured in an interview with Sky News and directly said there were in fact 3 members of the Lizard Squad responsible and behind these attacks against the PlayStation and Xbox servers. So of course that meant there was still a member at large who was yet to be arrested. But this all changed yesterday on the 16th of January when the 3rd member, going by the name JDK Geordie, was arrested. Now, he has since been bailed after being arrested. He was in fact bailed earlier today, but just like the other 2 members, he will have to go to court and stand up in front of a judge to find out what punishment he will have to face. But with that being said, I would imagine the 3 members will be facing jail time of at least 12 months, especially seeing the size of the attacks and the amount of money which both Sony and Microsoft will have lost due to these servers being down. So there we go, the Lizard Squad is officially done. There is nothing more they can do as their main members have all been arrested and will most likely be facing jail time. And with that being said, I want to say farewell and goodbye to the Lizard Squad, but I want you guys to leave a comment on this video saying #Don'tDropTheSoap. Anyway guys, I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and I also hope you guys are happy to hear the news. If you guys could take a few seconds out of your day to click the like button, it would help me out a lot, and it's also greatly appreciated. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel already, I would recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.